Certainly. Here are some common surgical tools and their functions. Cutting and dissecting instruments. Scalpel, used for making incisions and cutting tissues. Scalpels have a small, sharp blade attached to a handle. Scissors, used for cutting tissues, sutures, and other materials. They come in various shapes and sizes. Metzenbaum scissors, for delicate tissue dissection. Mayo scissors, for cutting heavier tissues. Iris scissors, for fine, detailed cutting. Grasping and holding instruments. Forceps, used for grasping, holding, and manipulating tissues and objects. Thumb forceps, for example, Adson forceps, used to hold and stabilize tissues. Hemostatic forceps, for example, Kelly or mosquito forceps, used to clamp blood vessels and control bleeding. Needle holder, used to hold the needle while suturing tissues, clamping and occluding instruments. Hemostats, used to clamp blood vessels to control bleeding during surgery. Cryol hemostats, for clamping larger vessels. Mosquito hemostats, for clamping small vessels. Retracting and exposing instruments. Retractors, used to hold back tissues and organs to provide better visibility and access to the surgical area. Army-Navy retractors, for shallow or superficial incisions. Sen retractors, for retracting skin and soft tissue. Suturing and stapling instruments. Needle, used to pass suture material through tissues. Suture, thread-like material used to close wounds or surgical incisions. Staplers, used for rapid closure of wounds or surgical incisions. Suctioning and aspirating instruments. Suction tips, for example, Yankauer or Pool, used to remove blood, fluids, and debris from the surgical site. Dilating and probing instruments. Dilators, used to enlarge openings or cavities to allow access for other instruments. Probes, used to explore wounds and body cavities. Miscellaneous instruments. Towel clamps, used to secure drapes and towels to the patient's skin. Sponges and gauze, used for absorbing blood and fluids and for cleaning the surgical area. These are just a few examples of the many surgical instruments used in various procedures. Each instrument has a specific function to facilitate the surgeon's work and ensure the best possible outcome for the patient.